Today was a huge day for crypto in DC with David Sachs holding the crypto press conference. I'll share the major takeaways. I'll share a clip of him talking and what he had to say because it's very bullish. And we got a big update around the SEC. They have launched a crypto task force. They're reducing their enforcement action legal team, which is really great. And they have launched a full email address for the crypto industry and much more. And a senator has introduced a stablecoin bill. This is big. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, a very big day for crypto in DC. Today, David Sachs, the White House crypto and AI czar, held his digital asset press conference, and it included Senator Tim Scott, Representative French Hill, John Boozman, Congressman G.T. Thompson, and a bunch of other folks in the banking GOP. Guys, let me play a clip for you, and then we'll talk about the major takeaways.
The president said in his executive order in the first week that it's the policy of his administration to support the responsible growth and use of digital assets, blockchain technology, and related technologies across all sectors of the economy. And he established an executive branch working group for digital assets, which includes Secretary Besson at Treasury, Secretary Noem, soon-to-be confirmed Attorney General Bondi, Secretary Letnick at Commerce, and all the other key administration officials that have an equity in crypto. And similarly, the SEC has set up a crypto task force led by Hester Peirce, which is also looking at this issue. And together, our objective is to accomplish the task the president assigned for us in his EO, which is to propose a federal regulatory framework governing the issuance and operation of digital assets, including stablecoins, in the United States. I've talked to many founders over the past few years, and they've told me repeatedly that the number one thing they need from Washington is regulatory clarity. They just want to know what the rules of the road are so they can abide by them. We're coming off, frankly, 4 years of arbitrary prosecution and persecution of crypto companies where the SEC wouldn't tell founders what the rules were, but then they would prosecute them. And many founders have even told me stories of being debanked personally just because they had founded a crypto company. All of this approach was driving this important technology of the future offshore, and we want to keep that innovation onshore in the US. Financial assets are destined to become digital, just like every analog industry has become digital, and we want that value creation to happen in the United States rather than giving it away to other countries. This will also, I should add, be much better for consumer protection because it's easier for regulators to supervise an activity when it's onshore. And it's probably not a coincidence that the single biggest fraud in the history of crypto, which was FTX, was based in the Bahamas. By moving the innovation onshore, it'll be easier to separate out the good actors from the bad actors. And we want to encourage the good actors, the innovators, while protecting the market from the bad actors. And I think a market structured legislation with clear definitions and fair rules will do that. I want to say additionally, we're excited about working with both the House and Senate on stablecoin legislation. I know Senator Hagerty introduced a bill today. This stablecoins really have the potential to ensure American dollar dominance internationally, to increase the usage of the U.S. dollar digitally as the world's reserve currency, and in the process create potentially trillions of dollars of demand for U.S. treasuries, which could lower long-term interest rates. So let me stop there, and I want to thank the chairman here today, Chairman Scott, Chairman Hill, Chairman Boozman, Chairman Thompson. And I look forward to working with them as part of the administration to help turn President Trump's policy into reality. This was a week one priority for the administration, and we're excited that our counterparts in Congress are equally committed to ensuring American dominance in digital assets. I look forward to working with each of you. And with that, I want to say work with each of you in creating a golden age in digital assets. And with that, I'll turn it over to Chairman Scott. Thank you.
Now notice, folks, he ends there by saying in creating a golden age for digital assets. Guys, bullish times are ahead. We are seeing the groundwork being laid here, the foundation being laid for more capital to come into the market. So they're essentially forming a crypto committee here. And you need to have this. You need the different parts of the government to be in alignment so that they can get legislation through. And Eleanor Terry of Fox Business did a great job of summarizing the major takeaways. First, the House Financial Services, House AG, Senate AG, and Senate Banking Committees are forming a bicameral committee to lead on crypto regulation, where they will prioritize stablecoin and market structure legislation. Banking GOP Chairman Senator Tim Scott says he plans to be as aggressive as possible to have bills through the Senate in the first 100 days. The committees plan to build from the FIT21 bill for market structure legislation and will use Senator Haggerty's new stablecoin bill that dropped today as a starting point for new legislation this Congress. Representative French Hill notes that Haggerty's bill most closely resembles Patrick McHenry's and Representative Maxine Waters' bill from last Congress. Now remember, FIT21 made it out of the House with both Democrat and Republican support, so you have the bipartisan support there. But the Senate is, of course, more of a challenge. It's difficult to get bills through the Senate, and sometimes smaller bills have to be attached to a larger bill. So there was talks of, will this have to be attached to the Farm Bill? But Senator Tim Scott and some of the other folks said it may not have to. So that's a very good sign, guys. He's obviously on the Senate side, and him and Bill Haggerty and the others are trying to rally the rest of the Senate, because you have to educate a lot of the older folks who don't understand this technology, and you have to undo the FUD that Elizabeth Warren has been spreading for the past 4 years. So she continues here saying stablecoin legislation is moving forward quickly, according to Senator Tim Scott. He says Republicans have been working with Democrat sponsors on the bill, and they plan to move on that first. Representative French Hill says the plan to work on both market structure and stablecoin bills simultaneously on a bipartisan basis in the House. So guys, the stablecoin bill is of higher urgency because this has implications on the US dollar as a world reserve currency and continuing that status and dominance. In addition to, there's macro factors with treasury bonds and so forth, which have not been performing well. But if you can get stablecoin issuers to back their stablecoins with treasury bonds and all these things, that helps from a government macroeconomic standpoint, right? So very bullish here. Senator Tim Scott says he wants to discuss AML laws with Democratic colleagues in a broader sense, not just as it relates to digital assets. And finally, crypto and AI czar David Sachs says one of the first things they're going to look at is the feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve, but they are still in the early stages, as some members of the Presidential Working Group on Digital Assets are still yet to be confirmed. Now, a lot of folks were very bearish on this. They're saying, oh, we were expecting more, but you have to understand government moves slow, and this is a big win. There's never been anything like this. And sometimes people are so focused on their bags, on their coins, like, I want it to pump tomorrow. It must go to this price. And I wish they would have said this and this, because they want the price to pump. But government doesn't work that way. So there's going to be a process here. It's going to take months, even later into the year, because the executive order is one thing to be signed. Assigning the people are one thing, but then you have to get those people to work together. You have to organize together, and there's other things happening. So you have to have the right expectations, right? But this is an excellent start, a bullish start. If you compare that this is happening in just February of the new administration compared to what we had to deal with over the past 4 years. And I'm going to try to get Congressman French Hill back on the podcast. I actually met him just the week of the inauguration at the Digital Chamber event. We talked about setting up an interview. So I'll try to get you guys as much details as possible. But this is so bullish. Guys, all of this is going to lead to more capital coming into the market and higher prices of your tokens. But you have to be patient. You have to understand that government moves slow. You have to understand the process here. But this is so bullish. And then, I mentioned Senator Bill Haggerty introduced his stablecoin bill. And he tweeted out today, I'm introducing the Genius Act with Senator Tim Scott, Gillibrand, and Lummis, a bill that establishes a clear regulatory framework for stablecoins. I look forward to working with Representative French Hill and the House Financial Services Committee to get it to the president's desk and signed into law. Guys, stablecoin legislation, I think, is going to get passed first through the Senate. Then market structure will follow. But my goodness, things are moving here. And on the SEC front, Commissioner Hester Peirce has officially launched a crypto task force, and she put out a full write-up on the SEC's website. It's really great, guys. I'm going to put a link in the description so you guys can go check it out. But let me call out the major takeaways. I'm not going to give all the details because it's a lot to read through. The top priorities are first, security status. The status of crypto assets under the securities laws is fundamental to resolving many other questions. The task force is working hard to examine different types of crypto assets. Huge. Number two, scoping out. The task force will work to help identify some areas that fall outside the commission's jurisdiction. Now, it goes on and on. I'm just going to call out the bullet items versus giving you the descriptions because it's so long. Coin and token offerings, registered offerings, special purpose broker dealer, custody solutions for investment advisors, crypto lending and staking, crypto exchange traded products, clearing agencies and transfer agents, cross-border sandbox. So this is so bullish, guys. And they even created a crypto task force email. It's crypto@sec.gov. So you can send information. They said here by sending an email with the subject line crypto task force input, and you can submit ideas and all these things. And they also highlighted that you can request a meeting in person and virtual. This is a far cry from what scumbag regulator Gary Gensler was doing, and they provided a form for you to submit that request. So what a complete 180. They've completely turned a new leaf here. This is so bullish, guys. This is the SEC that was attacking crypto. So really, really great to see this. And Cody Carbone of the Digital Chamber, I'll have him on the podcast soon. He met with the crypto task force at the SEC, and I'll be interviewing one of the folks there. I obviously interviewed Hester Peirce recently, so I'll be interviewing Teresa Gillen, if I'm saying her last name right, pretty soon, and I'll get some details for you guys. So make sure you are subscribed, guys, and you got notifications turned on. And here's some more bullish news. The SEC is scaling back its crypto enforcement unit. This is also happening at the CFTC. There's reports that the CFTC is also doing the same thing. So some in a special unit of 50 lawyers and staff that had been dedicated to bringing enforcement actions are being reassigned. It's a beautiful day, my friends. It's a beautiful day. How things have changed. So bullish. And here, James Murphy, Metalaw Man, said the SEC pivots on Coinbase case. The SEC has not filed an opposition to Coinbase's motion to proceed with its interlocutory appeal at the Second Circuit. Under Gensler, the SEC did oppose Coinbase's request to certify the interlocutory appeal at the district court level. Assuming the Second Circuit accepts the case for interlocutory appeal, it would be a few months before the SEC is required to file a brief and take a legal position on the question of whether crypto assets traded on secondary exchanges are investment contracts. James says, my guess is the case will either settle or be dismissed by the SEC prior to any briefing on the merits of the appeal. So I think we see the writing on the wall here. And I think James is spot on. I think a lot of these cases are going to get dismissed or settled. And I think, honestly, the case against Coinbase should be dismissed. This is asinine. You approved Coinbase to go public, do an IPO. You knew their business model. You knew they were offering cryptocurrencies and staking and much more. And then you go sue them for the very thing that they do. But that's Gensler, right? So I expect a lot of cases to drop against Uniswap, against all these things. Now, if a company did fraud and they stole money, they're doing shady stuff, they should face the penalty of the law, right? We're not saying we want companies to break the law, but we know that many good actors were attacked by Gensler over the simple fact of, oh, he thinks this is a security, stablecoins are a security, staking is a security, altcoins are a security, this is a security, that's a security, everything's a security, right? It was nonsense, but we know why he was doing that. Elizabeth Warren was giving him the marching orders, and she was getting the marching orders from the TradFi incumbents that were getting disrupted. So that was the game here. But we can also expect to see, I think, the Ripple case wrap up, a settlement or whatever it is. And this year is going to be big for the market, guys. I know the price doesn't reflect that, but you have to zoom out. You got to look at it bigger. You can't be stuck in the hourly, daily, oh, the price is down. This news is not driving the price. If you've been a subscriber and a follower to this podcast, you know better than to say that because market cycles are playing out. And it doesn't matter that good news is coming out. If the market's in a pullback, it's not going to pump like crazy. But all of these things will be priced in and it's going to allow for more capital to come in, guys. Don't miss the forest for the trees. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain, which is one of the top enterprise blockchains out there. They're working with many big brands and enterprises globally to build Web3 applications. Some of the great features of the VeChain blockchain includes it's secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. And they're working with companies such as Givenchy, PwC, Walmart China, BMW, Boston Consulting Group. And guys, I am a VET token holder. In full disclosure, I'm very bullish on this project. I've been holding for many years, and I expect it to do very well this bull market cycle. So if you'd like to learn more about VeChain, go to vchain.org. A link will be in the description. Now, guys, we got big news coming out of Hong Kong. Hong Kong's FSC proposes expanding crypto regulatory staff in new fiscal budget. Of course they are. Of course they are. Guys, you know I've been saying it for years ad nauseum, right? Any country, any jurisdiction that bans crypto and if they don't embrace it, they're writing their economic death sentence because the markets, the governments, the economy will be running on blockchain. And this is the future. They're going to put all the traditional assets on the blockchain. Tokenization is the future of finance. As Larry Fink, BlackRock CEO, said, they're going to tokenize gold, stocks, other commodities and securities. That is where we're headed. So the Securities and Futures Commission proposed 8 new headcounts for crypto regulatory regimes, market surveillance, and enforcement investigations. The SFC proposed the staff expansion in its budget for the fiscal year starting April 1st, 2025. You wouldn't be doing this if you didn't see growth, right? If they weren't expecting growth, and this asset class is going to grow significantly. This is the final year of the bull market. You're going to see explosive growth, lots of euphoria. It's going to get crazy. And as we've seen for each bull market cycle, the valuation of the coin grows. There's new projects, new services, and companies go through mergers and acquisitions, different expansions. They raise capital. So things are just going to get even bigger. And I've been telling you guys, my strategy, right? I've been telling you guys I'm not only looking at this bull market, I'm looking at 2028 into 2030 after the halving in 2028. So I'm preparing for future bull markets. I will be buying the blood on the streets again when the bear market rolls around. Now, moving ahead, Semler Scientific buys another 871 Bitcoin for $88.5 million, bringing holdings to 3,192 Bitcoin. As of February 3rd, Semler holds 3,192 Bitcoin worth approximately $320 million. The latest acquisitions were made with proceeds from its January 2025 senior convertible notes offering. So we're seeing more companies following the MicroStrategy playbook. So if you don't know what Semler Scientific is, they're a NASDAQ-listed healthcare tech firm, and they bought the extra 871 Bitcoin. So this is going to be the future, guys. I think we're going to see more companies do this globally as many look to protect their cash reserves against inflation and debasement of currency. Now, moving ahead, Trivago integrates with Travala, enabling hotel bookings with over 100 cryptocurrencies. So you're going to continue to see more of this, that as more people participate in crypto, different merchants and businesses will start to accept crypto. So this will be the future, guys, where you can pay in stablecoins and different cryptocurrencies if you choose to. So Trivago has integrated with blockchain-based Travala to offer hotel bookings with over 100 cryptocurrencies. It follows integrations with Skyscanner and Kayak, making Travala discoverable alongside leading travel agencies such as Expedia and Booking.com. So that's great news for adoption. Folks, that's the news. I hope you are as bullish as I am. I hope you can see beyond the current price points, that you're not losing faith, that you're not operating with your emotions, because if you are, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be depressed. And I often tell you guys, on days when things are red, don't look at your portfolio. and understand where we're at in the cycle. That's why I share data and charts with you guys, not emotions, because emotions would get you wrecked, right? You can't just be super happy when the price is up and then sad and depressed when the price is down when we are still in a macro bull market. So these prices that we're seeing right now, go back 5 months, right? We were happy about these prices. Oh, Bitcoin's at 98, right? And XRP is now over a dollar, $2. And now people are like, oh man, it's not pumping. Look at this news. It's not moving, right? I'm seeing the comments, but it's funny to watch human psychology play out. And look, I was there at one point, but I had to get financially educated to start looking at data. And this is why I tell you guys, I'm looking at data. You're going to see a lot of people post things from a sentiment standpoint, but they never back it up with charts or data. They post up, oh, it's over. The bull market's over. Oh, we're going up forever. You don't have to take profits. It's going to keep pumping forever. The 4-year cycle's broken. What are you talking about? Right? These things is because it's out of their emotions. They think that investing with your gut is the way, but you got to learn how to read the chart, the on-chain data, the fundamentals, the macro, and much more. And that's what I try to share with you guys. I put it in my newsletter as well. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, you better sign up, guys. It's free. It's 100% free. You don't have to pay anything. Link will be in the description. It's on Substack. And guys, a great way you can support me if you are able to is by grabbing a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. And also, if you want to continue your crypto journey of learning as much as possible about this crypto market, check out my crypto course at mycryptocourse.com. This course is unique. It's not like any other crypto course out there. Why? It includes expert commentary. I have people who are founders, CEOs, institutional investors explaining the different aspects about crypto in this course. You pay a one-time fee, you get lifetime access. You can share that access with your friends and family if you want. And I will continue to add to it. And it will give you the full comprehensive overview of crypto, guys. So go to mycryptocourse.com. Thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.